Om Shanti. So today, Baba in the Murli is talking about karma and time. So Baba has given us the knowledge of karma. And today Baba says that karma is also related to time. And Baba says half the cycle you do not have the opportunity to do good karma because you do not have the knowledge of it. You only know how to do devotion and you do that. But now that you have the knowledge, you can do something that you earlier couldn't do. And Baba says that karma and time are related in this way. And before I talk more about this, I will talk about two words that Baba uses in the Murli, which is defamation and praise. And Baba says, you defamed me. Yes, and sometimes, this word is very confusing because you think, why would I defame Baba, or have I defamed Baba, or it becomes very difficult to understand this word defamation. And what is defamation? So whenever you say something about someone which is not true, that is defaming them. Okay, so whenever you say something about someone which is not true, that is equal to defaming them. And in that sense, Baba uses this word defamation and praise. And what is Baba always says, now you know the praise of Baba and the praise of Sri Krishna. That is, you know what is true about Baba and what is true about Sri Krishna. And earlier, when you did not know what is the truth about Baba and what is the truth about Sri Krishna, then whatever you said was false. And then you said that God is everywhere, or God is giving me sorrow, or, sometimes people these days are saying, God, please stop giving us this sorrow, and we seek forgiveness. So these kinds of, we do not understand who Baba really is and what is the truth or the true praise of Baba. And Baba says, when you don't understand what is my true praise, when you don't understand who I am, then you keep spreading rumors about me, and that is my defamation. And when you defame me, then you fall down. And when you understand me, then you ascend. Because when you defame Baba, you forget Baba, then you forget everything. You forget the knowledge, the virtues, the powers. Because Baba is the ocean of knowledge, virtues, and powers. So when you forget Baba, you forget knowledge, virtues, and powers. You forget the truth, you forget your virtues, you forget your powers. And when you remember Baba, then you remember all these three things back. So Baba says, when you forget me, you come down. And then when you again come to know me, then you ascend, because When you know Baba, you know your powers, you know who you belong to, you know what you're capable of, you know your virtues, you know your powers. And today Baba says, devotion makes you descend, because devotion is singing the praise of the knowledge, the virtues, and powers of the other while saying, I don't have any of them. So, when you perform devotion, what you do is you tell the deities of whose idols you worship that you are capable, you are virtuous, you are powerful, and I am nothing. And I have lack of virtues and lack of powers, and I am very vicious, and I deserve, मैं नीच हूँ, पापी हूँ, फलकामी हूँ. All these things we say. So Baba says that if you do not know yourself, then obviously, when you are not in awareness of your powers or virtues or who you are, then the actions that you perform follow that consciousness. Yes, so then those actions make you fall down. So let me read the Murli a little, and then as we go along, I'll explain it. So in the essence, today Baba says, sweet children, when you followed the directions of Ravan and defamed the father, Bharat became as worthless as a shell. Now recognize the father and remember him, and you will become wealthy. So when you recognize the father, then you recognize yourself also, the drama also, everything. And when you remember him, you are restored back to your power. So Bharat also becomes wealthy. Now, the question today is, what wonderful secret is hidden in the picture of the ladder? Now, have you all seen the picture of the ladder? Yes, Sidhi ka chitra. All of you have seen it? Now, in that picture, there is the whole journey of the soul in 5,000 years is depicted in that picture. And then in that picture, you can see that half of it is the golden and the silver ages, and then half of it is the copper and the iron ages. And let's see what secret Baba is talking about. Baba says, the wonderful secret hidden in the picture of the ladder is that there is the dance of devotion for half the cycle. Which half of the cycle? Copper and iron age. Yes. So there is the dance of devotion and the dance of knowledge for half the cycle. So for half the cycle, the golden and silver age, you are in the dance of knowledge. And then for half the cycle, you are in the dance of devotion. When the dance of devotion takes place, there is no dance of knowledge. And when there is the dance of knowledge, there is no dance of devotion. Just like when there is the day, there is no night. And when there is the night, there is no day. So Baba says, when there is the dance of devotion, there is no dance of knowledge. Who is dancing here? The soul is dancing, yes? So just like you move your hand and feet according to the music that is being played, the soul also moves its man, buddhi and sanskar according to the music of the knowledge or the devotion that is being played. Yes, so there is a music all around you, the music of belief systems and customs and practices and vibration, and then the soul dances to that music, uses its man, buddhi and sanskar according to that music. So Baba says Ravan's reward continues for half the cycle, and you children experience your reward for half the cycle. This deep secret is hidden in the picture of the ladder. Now, who is Ravan? So, Ravan is a very interesting character, and Baba says that Ravan makes you lose your dignity and your wealth and everything. Now, so just like you see, there is something called darkness, but then darkness again doesn't exist absolutely because it is the absence of light. Yes, so darkness is something and then darkness isn't something because it is the absence of light. So can you create darkness? You cannot create darkness. You can just switch off the light. That's how you create darkness. So similarly, Baba says, when you forget me and consequently forget yourself and your virtues and powers, then what comes in is Ravan. And then when Ravan starts guiding you, dictating in you, and you start following whatever he is telling you, that is when you start dancing the dance of devotion. And what Ravan says is opposite to what Baba says. So Baba says you are pure, peaceful, powerful, loveful, peaceful, and then what Ravan says is you are impure, peaceless, anger is your original quality, and then lust is natural, and how can you exist without ego? So ego comes in the package, and then these are the belief systems that come in when you forget Baba. And here I would like to point out something very important about this dance. So I told you about the music and the dance. So there is a music of devotion and there is a music of knowledge. And when the music of knowledge plays, then you dance the dance of knowledge. And when the music of devotion plays, then you dance the dance of devotion. And when you dance the dance of devotion, you go down. And when you dance the dance of knowledge, you go up. Now, what is this music? So, I think about this thing a lot, that Baba always says that you consider yourself to be a soul, you become soul conscious, and you remember Baba. Yes? And this is the music of knowledge. So what does Baba say? Baba says, consider yourself to be a soul, become soul conscious, and remember Baba. And when you are soul conscious, then your man, buddhi, and sanskar function very differently from when you are body conscious. So you don't have to work too much on your sanskar or your man or your buddhi. You have to work on your consciousness. And this is why the Murli is the song of knowledge. And when this song plays and you keep that music of this song or those words of this song in your heart, then the actions or the dance that you do is very knowledgeful. So when you keep in your buddhi what Baba is telling you, that becomes your consciousness, that you are a soul and you are the child of Baba, then, and that the drama is accurate, then the actions that you do is like the dance of knowledge. And when you keep the other thing in your buddhi, that is, this one is male, female, or good, bad, or ugly, or beautiful, or, uneducated or educated, engineer or doctor or farmer, and then the dance that you do, the dance of actions, that is very different, and that takes you down. So even if you try very hard to change your actions, they will never change until and unless you change your consciousness. You change your awareness of who you are, who everyone else is, what is going on, and what is your aim. So there are these four things: your awareness of who you are, your awareness of who everyone around you is, your awareness of what's going on, and your awareness of what is your aim and objective. So this is the dance of knowledge, and every day Baba is giving us this song of knowledge or this music of knowledge. And when you perform actions based on this music, then your actions become very beautiful and they take you into the ascending stage. Now let me give you a very simple example. So if you are in the awareness that you are a soul, and the other person in front of you is a soul, a child of God, and your dignity is to stay in your self-honor, which is you are loveful and peaceful, never compromise on that, and the other person in front of you is God's child, so you can never be otherwise to them other than loveful and peaceful. So when you keep this in awareness, then your actions, your words, your attitude, everything is a consequence of that awareness, and that is good karma. Now let us take the opposite. So when you remember, I am the master and this person is the servant. Yes, you keep that awareness most of the time. Maybe not in Gyan, that now that we are in Gyan, maybe that is reduced, but then, or if you keep the awareness that I am the earning member and this is the person who sits and eats, or you have the awareness that I am the talented one and this one is the foolish one, feeding off my talent and the earnings of my talent, then you can understand what your vision towards that one will be. And according to what you hold in your heart about them, what your attitude will be. And when your vision and attitude are such, what will be your action? Will you see them with respect or will you talk to them with respect? That's not happening. And that spoils your karma. Yes, so, and it may even be so that that soul is in a state of self-respect and they don't receive what you're giving them. But what you do will spoil your karma. So when you are in devotion, then you are in low consciousness. And in this low consciousness, you always have a tendency to derive your self-esteem by or feeding your ego by putting other people down. Yes, so when you are in devotion and you think I'm a nobody, that's why we keep begging to deities, right? You give me money, you give me position, you give me this, that, because then I'll be fulfilled. So in that state, you have a tendency to feel that you are greater by making somebody smaller. And that gives rise to bad karma all day. And that is what makes us fall. So Baba says, always remember who you are. And this will happen when you keep this music of knowledge in your heart. When this music of knowledge plays, then automatically the dance or the actions that you do will be those which take you ahead or which create good karma. Now, about this word karma, so karma is thought, word, and act. So everything that you do with the mind, with the mouth, and with the body, that's karma. So karma comes from consciousness. So your karma will be only as good or as bad as your consciousness. So your thoughts, your words, and your actions will flow from that your state of consciousness. And if you're soul conscious, then these words, these thoughts, and these actions will be loveful and peaceful. And when you are in self-respect, you give respect. And when you are in ego, you demand respect and give insult. So these things will happen, and we are doing karma all day. And at this point of time, there is no neutral karma. It is either good karma or bad karma. Now, just think about the quality of your thoughts all day. So when you're operating from a place of ego or greed or attachment or anger or lust, what is the quality of your thoughts? And whenever you are not soul conscious, you're definitely doing that. And maybe, looking at our thoughts is sometimes difficult, but just look at the words you speak. And recently there was this lady, and she told me that I got a divorce and I'm almost at the end of the process of it. She has a very young child, a child as young as 3 years. And I told her, so if you have such a young child, what is it that made you take the divorce? Because don't you think it would be better if both the parents are on board and then you have help in raising the child? Then she said, no, it was not possible anymore. And then I asked her, what was the issue? So I asked if there was any physical abuse or any financial abuse. So she said, no, there was no physical abuse, there was no financial abuse. I earned my money, he earned his money, and he never took money from me, he never abused me physically. Then I said, what was it then? She said, it was verbal abuse. And it was very bad. So I said, what was that verbal abuse? So she said, he never considered me as a human being. He always treated me like, so whenever he got up and if I was sleeping, he looked at me like I had no right to sleep. And then he just gave me that look, and that look made me feel like my value diminished by a lot. And there were many things. The way he looked, the way he talked, the way he gave me orders was something I didn't like. And if I continued in that place, I wouldn't be myself after some time. And I'm working in a good position in a university and I'm earning my bread. There is absolutely no reason for me to live in an environment where I will lose myself. And I said, so there is this price you will have to pay of raising the child on your own. So that comes with the package. And have you calculated the cost benefits? So do you think that this is a good idea? So she said, yes, I calculated for 3 years. And after 3 years, I found this is a good idea to work out. And she's dealing everything with a lot of dignity and raising the child well. So why I'm sharing this incident is to tell you, to ask you to appreciate the effect of your words on others. Yes, so the words we speak have an enormous effect on others, and the words we speak are also projection of how we look at others or how we think of others, and that's also coming from our consciousness. And you look at this karma that we are doing all day. So you see, this mouth has the ability to grow flowers in the hearts of people, and you can talk in a way that encourages and uplifts and supports and restores somebody to strength and fullness. And you can also talk to somebody in a way that makes them miserable and in a way that makes them stop believing in themselves. So just think about the karma we are doing all day through our thoughts, through our words, through our drishti. So when that woman talked about the way the man looked at her, so it was about the drishti, and we never think about these things in the world as karma. Yes, so when somebody talks about karma, they don't talk about how you look at somebody or how you talk to somebody or how you think about things. That's not considered as karma. So they say, if you want to do good karma, go and feed the hungry or clothe the needy. But karma is being done every second. And then good karma or bad karma is also being done every second. So Baba says that you have to pay attention to your karma, and then how you are dealing with money is also one karma which you're doing with your hands all the day. So when you are paying and receiving payments, so if you are giving something to somebody, giving some money or giving your time or your energy, and then that person is using it for wrong purposes, you are also getting a share of that. So you are getting a share of the wrong purpose. So you are getting a share of the vikarma that the other person is doing with your time, your energy, your money. And then when you do the opposite, that is, you give your money and your time and your energy to a worthwhile cause, then you are earning the credit of that. And then Baba says, and when you are taking somebody's time, energy, and money, also, if you're not giving the service or the return that you were supposed to give in that situation, then that's also vikarma. Do you get that? So we are all taking God's time and effort. Are we giving the return? So if you are taking somebody's time, energy, and money and not giving the due return, that's also vikarma. Or you are giving some time, energy, and money, and that person is not using it for the right purposes, then you are incurring a vikarma. And then Baba says, also look at the wastage that you're doing all day. The wastage of time, thought, money, all that is giving rise to a lot of karmic debt. And so Baba says, when you're soul conscious and when you have clarity of who you are, who you belong to, and clarity about your vision to stay pure and create a pure world, then all your resources will also follow. All your resources will follow that awareness, and they will be diverted to places or put to use in places where they will be used in a worthwhile way. And when we are body conscious, we tend to waste our resources or use them negatively. So this is about the dance of knowledge and the dance of devotion and how we are ascending or descending according to that. And this is what the Murli is about. And Baba says, Time is a very important factor because until Baba comes and you have access to his knowledge and virtues and powers, you cannot do good karma. It's not possible. You don't even know you are a soul or you're peaceful or loveful. Then how do you do good karma? It's not possible. So Baba says, good karma is the gift that Baba brings to you. So you don't have access to the ingredients that you put in to go do good karma until Baba comes. And Baba says, this is why this is the time. So this is the only time when you can do this good karma. So Baba is talking about karma and time in the Murli today. I would urge you to read the whole Murli in a very quiet, silent, and very contemplative state and understand what Baba is trying to tell you. And let me read out the blessing. The blessing is, may you be a true server who makes your doing and speaking the same, and who thereby does service of good quality. So Baba says good quality service takes place when what you do and what you speak are the same. Otherwise, what you speak will have an impact only until they see that you don't do it. Okay, and then what looked like service changes into disservice very soon. And I have often seen people or heard people say, so if this person is in Gyan for 20 years and they do it this way, then I don't have any faith in this knowledge. So Baba says, see, there is no fault of God in that. But you will become the instrument for them to have stop having faith in God because of the way you are performing, and there is a discrepancy between what you say and what you do. So that will make them have no faith in Baba. So that will become very big disservice. So Baba says, always do what you say. First imbibe it and then talk about it. So Baba says, always pay attention that you first do before you speak of it. It is easy to say something, but it is hard work to do it. The fruit of hard work is good, but if you tell others to do something and you yourself do not do it, then together with service, disservice is also seen. It is the same as when you put a drop of poison in nectar. So there's a whole glass full of amrit and then one drop of poison. And you see, sometimes you say, I do 50 things and they don't see that, and I just don't do this one thing and they are after my life for that one thing. Yes, so, but then Baba says that if you put one drop of poison in a whole glass of nectar, what happens? It makes the whole glass poisonous. Do you understand? This is a very important thing. You do 10 things that you say, and then you don't do one thing that you say. And then they catch you there. Because it is like that one drop of poison in that whole glass of nectar. In this way, no matter how much service you do, one little mistake will finish that service. So first of all, pay attention to yourself, and you will then be said to be a true server. And I will tell you something from what I have learned on this journey. In order that anybody learns anything from you, they have to have regard for you. You cannot teach anybody anything if they don't have any regard for you. And you only get regard when they see that you do what you say. This is the only way to learn to earn regard. And in the world also we say this is a man of his words, or person of his words. And if you don't do what you say, then you will not have the regard of someone who is watching you. And when they don't have regard for you, they cannot learn anything from you. Yes. So this is something. And sometimes I'll tell you, there is no regard because that person is very body conscious. Yes, but you can pull them to soul consciousness, and you can exude that regard from them if you do what you say. And if you're Baba's child and then you say some things that are true, so if you just stabilize yourself in that truth, you will have a lot of regard, and then you will be able to influence many others around you. So this is the blessing, and the slogan is to bring unity in diversity, to reform anything that is spoiled is the biggest speciality of all. So Baba says, you see, making the good better is a quality, but making the bad good is a bigger speciality. Yes, so Baba says that if there is some dissent or some friction or something somewhere, and you just unite, you become the instrument to restore unity there. That's a very big good karma and speciality. And if something is spoiled and you make it good, that is also very good karma. Now, let me give you some examples about this. So let's say there is a situation where, when, just like I told you the example of the divorce. So when two people who were in love and who have fallen out of love come to you, you try to bring them together. Trying to make somebody, trying to bring love in a place where there was never love is another thing, but trying to restore love in a place where there was love and there was unity is very important. So Baba says, families, organizations, any kind of groups that we belong to, if we operate with unity, we can do 100 times of what we are doing right now. And if you see there is a discord, then try to bring about that unity there. And that unity will not come by bringing attachment or lust into the picture. That unity will come by bringing Baba into the picture and bringing soul conscious vision and attitude into the picture. So if you can bring about unity, because unity can only be brought by that one. So you have to bring that one into the picture so that unity is restored. And then Baba is called the bigdi ko banane wala. So the one who makes the bad good. So when you bring Baba into anything, it makes the bad good. And Baba says, if you do this seva, it's a very big seva. Okay, but remember, the foundation of that unity shouldn't be love or attachment, lust or attachment. The foundation of that coming together should be spiritual vision and Baba. And when that happens, then the chances that they fall apart again will be very slim. Okay, Om Shanti. Let's thank Baba for some moments. My sweet Baba, I, the soul, your child, thank you from the depths of my heart for bringing me this gift of knowledge and power. I promise to give you a return by using your gifts to create a better world. Visualize yourself spending the day in awareness, always stopping to check what karma you're creating. Just like you stop to check your face in the mirror several times during the day, I stop and check my karma in the mirror of Baba's knowledge. Sit with these thoughts for some time. Om Shanti.